Hi and welcome to GRVOTV, G's Reviews, Views and Opinions. Just want to do a response to some of the comments regarding my video about why I chose the Panasonic GX8, which I've now switched to the GX80, over the newly released Fuji XT2. Now, this is one of my most commented on it ever videos, and it's fantastic. I love it. There's positive comments about Micro Four Thirds. There's comments about the camera specifics. There's comments about Fuji as a company, about big sensors compared to little sensors. There's obviously the usual very small minority of idiots out there who say just ridiculous things like Micro Four Thirds is dead and Micro Four Thirds is shit. It's like, oh, honestly, do you think you're clever when you say stuff like that? You just show people what an idiot you really are. There are professionals which use Micro Four Thirds. People are shooting these kind of compact cameras all the time, and they're not dead, they're not shit, they produce great images. There's even people that say, oh, you should settle your stuff and get a Canon 1DX. It's like, oh my god, you've really missed the point. A Canon 1DX. It's an absolute behemoth of a camera. My whole point of using a small camera system, and I'm not really bothered about the sensor size. I went for the small camera system that gave me the bodies and the lenses that I wanted. I tried the Sony system, that was APS-C, didn't have the lenses. The autofocus was abysmal on the lenses that I got off of my Sony. So I tried it, I didn't like it. I went to Micro Four Thirds. The lenses are stunning on this. Absolutely, some of the best lenses I've ever used. And I've had crop sensors, APS-C sensors, full frame. I've used Nikon, I've used Canon, you know, and things like that. So for people to say, oh, go and get yourself a Canon 1DX and things like that, it's just, oh my god. The whole point is I don't want to carry around massive cameras. I've said it so many times in my videos. I like the form factor. I like being able to carry around a camera that gives me stunning image quality, yet I can carry my whole system in one hand that I take out for a day, including 2 or 3 lenses. There are people that say the whole point of the Fuji system is that, you know, you get that manual shooting experience, you get the knobs and dials and the retro, and yeah, I really buy into that. I love all that. But if you really want to do that, get yourself an SLR, a film SLR. If you want that experience, get something like this and do it properly. Don't go half-hearted and go, oh yeah, I'm using this old film camera, but really I've got it set on auto. Bang, job's done. Get yourself something like this. You know, I've taken a couple of shots this morning. I'm on a new film. I'm on number 4. And you know, you can pose your shot. Yes, this has got a light meter in it. It's a reasonably good light meter. It's just taking the light that's obviously coming into the lens. It's okay, but generally I look at my settings and think, yeah, I'll do that f2.8 at 1/125th. Bosh, I look at the light meter. If it's somewhere near, I take the shot. You know, and that's all you've got is your speed. You've got your ISO there on the same dial. You've got your aperture there, and you're focusing. And yeah, that gives you that real retro experience. But you know, when you're used to these, try and take a picture of a moving subject and get it in focus with this. It's, oh my god, it's hilarious. So that's that. Loads of positive comments. I'm really pleased with the positive comments, and whether it's positive for Fuji or for Micro Four Thirds, I don't really care, to be honest, because they both have positives and negatives. And one of the reasons I did that video was because I've got a real interest in the Fuji XT2, because I think it's one of the first Fujis that almost gives me what I want. The fact that they've put twin card slots in it, for instance, you know, really appeals to people saying, you know, when people say, I'll use this to shoot weddings, you know, the Panasonic GX whatever, I'm always like a bit dubious of that. This is not a pro camera. You haven't got redundancy in your cards. You need 2 card slots if you're going to shoot someone's wedding or any professional work. You really do need some form of redundancy in there. You know, I get away with what I do now, just the odd little shoot now and again, but because I use reliable gear. But you know, I'd never shoot a wedding with gear like this. But the XT2 piqued my interest because it is a step up, in my opinion, for Fuji. But then there was another thing that sparked my interest, and especially in the comments, was people keep banging on about the Fuji look, this special XTrans CMOS sensor that was in the X100S, the 16 megapixel one, and the T, and the XE1, the X Pro 1, the X Pro 2, and I think everything up to the XT1 had this XTrans CMOS sensor in it, all the same sensor. So I thought, well, okay, I will get myself a Fuji. So I have ordered a Fuji and I've ordered a lens, and I'm going to experiment with that. I'm going to look at what the big deal is about this XTrans sensor. I mean, the camera that I've ordered is a slightly older one. I've not gone for the brand new Fuji because what I wanted was not to invest too much money, but I still wanted that XTrans CMOS sensor to see what all the fuss is about. So that's what I've done, and I'll let you know what that is in future videos, but that should be coming sometime next week, hopefully. So yeah, and I'll give you my honest opinions, because in my mind I'm thinking, well, these like film simulation modes, are they just not like the scene modes that you get in my Panasonic? I can do antique looks and different looks in this, and I can change those looks. I can change the saturation and the colour, and I can do black and white with more or less grain, or with colour filters and things like that. So what I'll do is I'll do a standalone, and then I'll do a bit of a side-by-side comparison, because I want to know for myself, is that just a fancy scene mode system, which, people that say they shoot raw and then they bang on about the scene modes, I'll be interested to see what sort of images I'm going to get. I mean, if the images blow me away and the experience of using the Fuji is that good, I would sell all of my Panasonic stuff and I would move to Fuji in a heartbeat. If it gave me everything I wanted, it would do that. But this little Panasonic GX80 that I've got here has got some stunning features on that I know for a fact you can't get on any Fuji, on any other camera. One of the best things I like about this is the slider function. You can make it look like you've got like a slider on set up, and it is fantastic. It works brilliantly. It's not a gimmick in this. It is a useful, for product photography or for YouTube videos, it is a useful addition to the camera. I'd be hard pushed to give up something like that. But being a bit sneaky in my mind, I'm thinking I've pushed my main camera system down and compact it so much that there's definitely room in my life for a slightly bigger camera, maybe a Fuji. So yeah, that's and I'm open to all different things, so I'm going to give it a try. So watch this space for my upcoming review on the Fuji camera that I've ordered, and I'll give you my honest opinions. But for now, this is GRVOTV, G's Reviews, Views and Opinions. I'm going to go and make breakfast now. Cheers, bye.